sir. You already know exactly what time it is, man. We are back here to serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. You just got the pound and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, make sure y'all grab your snacks, your drinks, whatever the case may be, and we finna jump right into this episode. Y'all can see the title of this episode, this live, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna be checking out Andrew Tate, FitX Fearless, and then Myron Gaines. Fed reacts, Myron Gaines acts, whatever. It's same difference, same person. With that being said, I got my good old food right here, some good old chicken, man. So with that being, I don't know why I always say that. Let's get into it. Let me pull this up, and we finna get started. Boom. And boom. Alright, let's get into this, man.
I think a lot of people are interested in how it feels to go through what I'm going through. I think there's a lot of people who want me to martyr myself. A lot of people are living vicariously through me. There's a lot of people who say, yeah, Andrew, keep going. They don't really care. They just enjoy the drama of it all. And I think I've already broken the internet, but you're a very interesting man to talk to. And with your insights, I think together, we're going to have quite a large audience.
Yeah, I mean, that's a question that I have for you. Why did you want to talk to me? Because I'm a psychotherapist. You have your skepticism about psychotherapy, and yet here I am.
That's true. We had a conversation before, and I've been told by many people it was my most interesting podcast ever. So I think it obviously varies from the norm in terms of the normal things I'm asked about. You have some unique insights. And I thought it'd be an interesting conversation. A lot of people are asking me especially about my mental state and those kind of things post-jail. So I thought, well, my most interesting podcast ever. People seem to be very interested in that side of me. So perhaps it can be a good conversation.
Does it make you nervous that there may be things that you don't know about yourself that I'm going to try to reveal to you?
I know everything about myself, my friend.
You know everything about yourself.
I believe that I have an intimate grasp of all the things about myself which matter, which allow me to compete.
Right.
So there may be things I don't know, but I'm not sure if I particularly need them. So I'm not that interested.
Right. What's useful is more important than what's true.
Absolutely.
Right, and you've developed a framework of thinking about yourself and thinking about reality that's been incredibly effective for you.
Completely. Right. What's useful is more, you nailed it, what's useful is more important than what's true. This is an old argument of mine, but I think we discussed it in the last podcast, and I'll say it again. When I say I don't believe in depression, nobody can convince me to believe in depression. That's not a matter of discussing whether depression is real or not. That's a matter of me accepting that my mental model for going through life is more effective if I don't believe I can become a depressed person. Yeah. I don't believe in depression, so I can't be depressed, so that allows me to be more effective. It's not a matter of sitting there going, well, maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. I don't.
It's funny how people lose their minds, or they lost their minds. The first time he said that depression isn't real, he doesn't believe in depression. People are like, oh, I'm depressed all the time, and I'm this, that, the third, whatever. Like, bro, come on now. Come on now. It's just goofy. People lose their minds for the dumbest reasons.
I don't believe in it, so I can't catch it.
You shape your own reality through the conviction of your thoughts, your beliefs, and the words that you use.
Why else would you adopt any kind of mindset unless it's designed specifically to make you competitive and make you win? You install the software in your mind, right? So if I'm going to install software in my mind.
Install it?
Well, I've tried very hard to curate it.
Right, because wasn't it installed by your upbringing? Wasn't it installed by your mother and your father in some way?
Good question.
Before you were conscious, while you were just a developing child, like something got programmed into your psyche that has to have an impact on you. And those things can't necessarily be known because you were at such a young age.
Absolutely. We're all programmed to some degree. I agree with you on this so far. I don't think anybody can escape programming, whether it's society, whether it's a television show, whether it's the people around you, peer pressure, whether it's a religion. We're all programmed to some degree. That's absolutely not really true. What I have done, and what I think most people do not do, is heavily analyze why I hold the beliefs I hold, why they helped me. If I don't hold the belief personally, or if I didn't learn it from personal experience, I know where it came from, who tried to teach me that, whether their intentions for me were good or bad. And I've tried very hard to have my mindset rigidly analyzed and make sure that it's put together in a way which benefits me completely and absolutely. And I do not believe in things that take away power from me. Right. I refuse to do that. I would rather say that they are not real. And people will sit here and argue to the end of time that they are real, but they're not real in my world, and I live inside of my mind. So even if you throw me in a Romanian dungeon, the idea that I become a depressed person is not a framework that my mind works within, so I can't become depressed. I can feel a little bit sad, sure, I can feel depressed, but I can't be depressed. They're very different things. So that's just the mindset I've installed, and it's allowed me to be competitive. And I believe, personally, my personal beliefs are that life as a man is hyper competitive, and whatever software you have in your mind should be designed to make you as competitive as possible, and you shouldn't be believing in absolutely anything else. So I've tried very hard to make sure all of my worldviews and all of my experiences and everything is curated and aimed in a direction which is going to allow me to be a fearsome competitor in all realms of human endeavor.
Have there been some of your beliefs or convictions that have been challenged
Oh,
through the
sure.
experiences that you've had, particularly in the last, well, recently?
Well, people challenge me often. And what a lot of people don't understand is that I will never adopt the thinking of somebody who is sad, and I will never adopt the thinking of somebody who is less competitive than I am, or less successful than I am. If someone comes along and goes, Andrew, you are wrong, the way you see the world is wrong, but they are suffering from an affliction, why would I adopt a single iota of what they say? So it's kind of funny when I talk about depression. The number of people who defend depression. Depression's ruined my life, it's super real, and I lost my wife, and my life is over, and I want to kill myself, it's real. I'm like, surely you should like my worldview. If depression's so terrible and it's destroyed your entire existence, you should be listening to me tell you it's not real. But instead they're defending it and sticking up for it, which I...
They defend it and stick up for it, which is what makes it real to them. They manifest depression by saying that it's real. I mean, that's pretty much how it is.
I find very interesting. So that's the first thing. In regards to whether I have had any of my convictions challenged, it's kind of amazing. Maybe it's just a semantics trick, and maybe it's that simple. Maybe it's as simple as saying, I feel a little bit depressed today, but I am not a depressed person, and I cannot become depressive. I'm not going to have depression. Maybe it's just a semantics trick, and by saying that alone, I understand that it's a temporary state of mind, which I can alter and I can affect. And I've never struggled with long-term depression or long-term negative thoughts because I don't believe in that mental model. I think that your mind, like I said, it's software, it's programmed in, and they say inside the Matrix or in every single video game, there are boundaries and there are limits, there are certain things you can and can't do. And I don't believe my mind can be put in a state of permanent negativity. I don't believe in that. I don't think it's possible, so it just doesn't happen.
You said you experienced depression, some form of depression or depressive feelings and sadness in prison. What were the thoughts that were coming up? What was happening?
Well, there's a lot of uncertainty, which is the first thing
That has to be scary.
It is scary. It's scary.
And also because you're a man who's totally in control of your world, of your life, and that's almost like an imperative for you. And that gives you power. And all of a sudden you're thrust into a situation where you're essentially helpless.
Well, you just nailed it. You completely nailed it, because I was exactly about to say it's the uncertainty that I struggle with the most, because in my life I'm in charge of everything. I know exactly how everything works, and I'm the boss, and I get to control absolutely everything. This is the first time in a long time I'm in a scenario where I have no power whatsoever, no influence, basically. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody else knows what's going to happen. And also in my world, I'm the hero, right? I'm the head of the clan. Not just my family, but of a lot of people. A lot of people rely on me. Lots of women rely on me. Children rely on me, etc. So everyone comes to me every time there's a problem. So they continue to do that while I'm in a jail cell, expecting me to have some kind of answer. Right. And I'm like, well, I don't have an answer this time. Every other time I had an answer, but this time is a bit unique.
How did that feel? You don't have the answers. You can't help.
I mean, it was frustrating. It's very frustrating, and it's the uncertainty that would bother me. I don't think I felt sad very often, but I certainly felt extremely frustrated. I would sit there and think, there has to be a way out of this room. Not breakout, but like there must just be some words I can say, someone I can talk to. There must be a way. It's only a door. Like I can't just be stuck in this room. And it was hyper frustrating. Yeah, and the uncertainty of it is also scary, because in my situation, every 30 days they decide if they hold you longer or not. And
I mean, I can't imagine going from being the king of your own world to being locked up and not being able to have a say in anything that you do, not being even able to leave the room that you're in. That's gotta be wild. That has got to be wild. I can only imagine the type of quote-unquote feelings that he was feeling, going through and whatnot. When I say feelings, I don't mean like things that he's not used to experiencing anymore. You know, like he said, the uncertainty, the frustration, and all that. Just always constantly thinking how to get out. You know, like that's gotta be.
I was
crazy.
encountering people who've been in there for years in my scenario.
Well, the uncertainty is a form of torture, really.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's torture.
It is torture. And it's designed to make you break. You don't know how long you're going to be there for. Nobody knows. You hear horror stories. You see other people getting out who've done worse things than you after a week because they've signed a piece of paper or admitted to something or whatever they've done a deal. And you're sitting there, and yeah, it's hyper frustrating. And I think you have two choices as a man. Often when bad things happen, I feel like you can maybe get depressed and sad about it, but the other outlet's usually anger or a form of anger. I felt like anger was more, in many cases, anger is more effective, I guess. It's more useful.
You were angry?
I wouldn't say I was angry, but if I started to feel negative, I could turn it into frustration or anger, which I could at least alleviate with 2,000 push-ups. It's better than feeling sorry for myself. I feel like if I had to choose one of the two outlets, deciding to use controlled anger was more beneficial than sitting around feeling sorry for myself. I don't ever believe in moping or feeling sad. So when I was at my worst, perhaps I was a little bit angry. But then again, I also think I do that in my normal life. If I'm honest, I don't think anger is a necessarily bad thing. I think that misdirected anger is a bad thing. I think if you get very angry about scenarios and you put it in the correct direction, you get unlimited motivation and you get a lot done. The water behind the dam, it can be destructive, but if it's pushing through the turbine, it powers the town, right? So if I wake up and I go, I want more money, if I can get pissed off enough about it, I can do 36-hour work days, right? So there's nothing wrong with being angry in my world as long as you are putting it in the correct direction. It's uncontrolled anger, I think, is the problem.
Right. Anger can be used as a fuel, and it's necessary. And from my framework, anger sometimes is a mask for pain.
I'd agree with that.
So did you experience pain in there? I know that pain is a kind of an abstract word, but was it painful for you? Like, I want to know about you.
I think if it was more of a mental pain than anything else. Before he says anything, that's what I think it was, a mental pain.
Your pain.
Yeah, it's strange because I'm being as honest as possible. It's strange because I had this instilled sense of duty where even though I'm in a jail cell and I can't leave, and even though I'm cripplingly bored, I don't feel like I had time to feel pain, or I didn't feel like I had time to be a victim.
You had nothing but time.
No, I didn't have time.
What are you talking about?
Because everyone outside still relied on me. So when I would get on the phone, people would say,
Is that avoidance?
I don't know.
Do you keep busy? Do you avoid your feelings by keeping busy, being on the computer all the time?
All the things I had to do still had to be done. Just because they threw me in a cell, it just made it more difficult, which means I have less time than ever because the difficulty's been increased. And when I would get on the phone, we wouldn't discuss how I'm feeling. I'd be worried about how everyone else is. They'd be like, how are you? Yeah, I'm in jail. What's going on with this? Are you okay? Are your bills paid? Are press hassling you? I was worried about fixing everyone else's problems from jail more than I was concerned about myself or my own mental well-being. And if I felt particularly, when I say pain is an awkward one. I don't know if I felt pain because I don't feel sorry for myself, and I've developed this mindset of such absolute accountability that even though what happened to me I believe was unfair, and even though I'm completely innocent, I didn't think why. I didn't think why is this happening. I didn't think why me. I didn't think this is unfair. Like none of these things crossed my mind.
He didn't fall into a woe is me state. That's what it was.
I was like, this is garbage. However, you can't become the most Google man in the world without with every light has a dark, right? Like, let's be realistic about this. I'm thrown in a jail cell. Do I belong here? No. But am I here? Yes. I was pretty logical about it. And I was like, okay, I've got a lot of things I need to get done. And I would feel angry if I couldn't get them done. But I don't think I felt pain. Now, I'll admit I don't sleep very well since I've left.
Why? Do you know why? I heard you say in one interview that you have nightmares.
I do have nightmares.
What are your nightmares about?
I don't think they're about anything. I just have like almost like an adrenaline rush out of nowhere while I'm sleeping, and I shoot.
Kind of like an insomnia type deal.
I bolt awake.
No thoughts, no memories,
No real thoughts, no real story.
fear. It's fear.
I guess it is, yeah.
So so let's just, your unconscious, the dreams are a reflection of the unconscious. And if you're having nightmares, there must be some unresolved fear that wants to get worked out.
I believe so, but then also, I love the idea of that. This is of having unresolved fear. That sounds like the most interesting thing in the world to me. If someone were to say to me, Andrew, take this pill and your unresolved fear will vanish, I would say absolutely and utterly not. That's not fun. The fun is there's something in my mind which I don't have complete control or complete understanding of yet, and it's not detrimenting my day-to-day life really. Okay, I lose a bit of sleep, but this sounds like an interesting journey. It sounds like I'm in a new level of the video game and I've been thrust into a dark forest and I get to do something brand new, and I'm really genuinely not worried about it.
You're not yeah, you shouldn't be worried about it. It's just where you are.
I'm not worried about it, and I'm also not like, oh, I need to fix this. I don't care. I'll have nightmares, and I'll wake up, and I'll either go back to sleep or I'll continue to work, and that's life.
Maybe life will keep giving you situations in which you'll have to confront that fear to resolve it.
Why would I want to resolve it?
Well, because
I mean, if I'm really that tired, I'll sleep.
No, but fear creates distortions in our minds, right? I mean, fear is the seed of evil, right? And so we want to know what we're afraid of, because if we block our fear, we're susceptible to bad actions, right? And fooling ourselves about what they are, rationalizing. So I would argue that it's actually vital for you in the position that you are in, the responsibility that you have to actually confront your fear in a very real way, which probably goes back to your childhood. I mean, your dad was, the haircut story, and I don't know if you want to talk about that, if you're willing, but that's it. When I read that, I'm thinking about that little boy. It must have been fucking terrifying.
It is, but I do think I had the best father on earth.
I'm not disputing that. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good that came from your father. I'm not disputing that your father was a good man. Yeah. When you say he could go from 0 to 100 like that for a little boy,
it's scary.
It's fucking scary.
It is. But
and that fear has to be in you. You don't know what the fuck he's going to do.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. But I think that's prepared me for life fantastically. And I also think the fear.
But have you reached the limit? Have you of the video game? I mean, you're facing all these charges, right? So something, and maybe this is what you need to go through. I mean, you're on the hero's journey, right? And this is inevitable in some way. But also along the hero's journey, you have to die to be reborn.
That's true. And I agree with all of that.
You said you have to die to be reborn. That's crazy. That's crazy. That was good. That was crazy.
But if I'm genuinely, I mean, I psychoanalyze myself all the time, which is one of the main reasons I don't believe in therapy and psychoanalysis. Of course you can. I do it myself.
You don't think that's hubris?
No,
You can know your own mind, but you don't need reflection from others to see yourself. You can see yourself perfectly.
I think that, no, I don't think I can see myself perfectly, but I think that life is a perfect reflection.
But why not? Why not? Like,
because then it becomes a crutch. I like the idea that I can rely on myself to fix myself.
well, you have a coach. Is that a crutch?
No, it's not, because he's teaching me something. That's fine, but like if I had an affliction, I would like to be my own doctor. And I think with your mind, you can do a lot of it yourself. And I think if you have a very strict framework in how you measure how successful you are as a human, and I do it through competence and achievement, I say, which mindset do I need to achieve as much as I can possibly achieve? And I can measure that in real time. I can measure that in literally dollars and world championship title belts. I can literally measure the success. I'll say, okay, well, this is the mindset I need to have to be as successful as possible. Anything that's deviating me away from that needs to be addressed and concerned and dealt with, and I can do that myself. And I think the fear that if it's fear that's waking me up from nightmares now, it's just because I understand there's a very big apparatus, a very big enemy which I cannot destroy and I cannot beat coming to get me. Mm-hmm. So I do think that wakes me up. I think the fear is healthy. I think I'd be stupid to not be afraid. But I don't necessarily want the fear to go away because I have no problems feeling bad.
Well, it's not about going away. It's coming into deeper relationship with it. And understanding there's fear that's happening in real time, but there's also fear that may be in your psyche somewhere, in your body that's connected to your history, and that may need to be resolved because otherwise you're projecting things out that you may not be seeing reality totally clearly. That's the thing, right? Like, is there a way that you're not seeing things perfectly clearly?
Well, then we go back to what I just said about perhaps that's true, but if I measure myself purely on competence and purely on achievement, whatever I think and whatever I'm doing is obviously fantastic. So I'm very happy with the mindset I have. And then we go into the argument, which is a level deeper, is am I supposed to be happy? Am I supposed to feel good?
No, it's not happy.
No, of course, but this is what I don't understand about people, especially men in the world today. Why are they so worried about being afraid? Why are they so worried about, I was afraid every time I fought.
Yeah.
I fought anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't let fear guide what I'm going to do. I do what I'm supposed to do regardless of how I feel. So I don't see anything wrong with feeling fearful. I don't see anything wrong with feeling stressed or under pressure or anxious. All these things men are trying to get rid of. And I talk about men specifically. I gender this because I'm a man. I don't know how it feels to be a woman. But all these things that people are trying very hard to get rid of from their brains, I don't see why they need to leave. I will argue the point that if I feel anxious and pressured and stressed and fearful, I will get more done than if I was happy. I think if I was happy, I'd just be hedonistic and just wasting my time. I think that you get a whole bunch done with these negative connotations and negative emotions, and I think that life is suffering and pain, and you're here to go through it, and the sooner you get used to the taste, the more successful you're going to be. I have no interest in trying to change the flavor, my friend.
I think the reason why he would think that with all those things that you get more done is because depending on the type of person you are, if you have all those things, you're going to find something to keep your mind from those things. In his case, those things to keep his mind off of those feelings is working, is making money, is achieving success. Some people, their way of getting their mind off things is, hold on, excuse me. There it goes. Sorry. Some people, their way of getting their mind off of the anxiety, the fear, and pressure and all that is unfortunately doing drugs or drinking and all that, or going and smashing a female, or getting on social media, playing a video game, whatever the case may be. But in his case, it's working. It's making money. It's achieving success. And that's why he gets so much more done. Why do you think a lot of goofballs out there can run through a game so quick? Because they have something, or they feel something that they're running from, and they're looking for something to keep their mind off of it, and they choose video games. Why do you think people level up on Call of Duty after, like, so high, after, like, the second week that it's out? Third week, third week that it's out, is because they have something in their life or something that they feel that they're running from, so they use Call of Duty to distract themselves from it. And that's how they level up so much, so fast, is because that's their cope. In his case, he uses work to cope with those feelings, so he keep his mind off of it, and so he's able to achieve more. He's just figured out something that he can. He's figured out a very more productive way of coping. Pretty much, that's all it is. He's found a very much more productive way of coping than the average person.
The flavor of life is pain, and I will eat all of it. And it doesn't matter if they put me back in jail or not. I'm not sitting there going, how can I be happy in jail? I will sit in jail and say, yes, this sucks, it's supposed to suck. Yes, I'm not enjoying this. Yes, I'm anxious and paranoid. And yes, that guy might stab me.
Hey, look at this dude's face. He is shook.
And yes, I can't sleep, and I miss my family. And this is what's supposed to happen to me. And this is how I become the best man I can possibly be. And I'm going to succeed regardless.
You're very convincing. You're so good, though, right? It's almost like I feel like you can rationalize anything, right? It's almost like a trick.
Magic trick?
Well, you're really good at talking. You're really smart, and it's almost like any question you can turn and make it work for you, which is great. It's a skill, but there's also a place where there's the potential for self-delusion.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not even going to sit here and say that I'm not delusional to a degree. I'm not saying that self-delusion doesn't exist. We all are, right? Let me give you a very simple example. Let me try and use an analogy. I think the only thing better than having everything you want is not wanting it. Right? So I have every car on this planet. I have 40 supercars. Most people want a supercar. I have 40. But there's that unique 0.1% of people who genuinely don't want one. And I think that's more freeing than having everything you want, right? So the true mindset is not wanting anything. Most people, the best they can do is having everything they want. And I feel like you can kind of do this with the emotions as well. I guess my general consensus is that I don't think I can change or affect the world to the point where pain and suffering and bad things are not going to happen. So isn't it best if I just enjoy all of that? Doesn't that make me as powerful as possible if I say, oh yeah, okay, this is going to suck, good. I mean, I do it when I fight. Yesterday I was fighting, right? We were doing 12 rounds and all of us were destroyed. And the more he hurt me, the more I wanted to hurt him back. The more he hurt me, the better it felt. The more powerful I felt, the more he hit me. Because then it's my turn, right? So if I can't stop him from punching me, and I'll do my best, but if I can't, then surely you should learn to enjoy it, right? And I don't think you can stop life from hitting you. And I don't think you can stop life from giving you unexpected surprises. And I don't think you can stop yourself from feeling sometimes sad or anxious or upset. So I think the best mindset you could adopt is finding that engaging and exciting. I'm not going to lie to you.
Finding comfortability or enjoyment in the flame, the fire. Basically is what he's saying. You know, it's funny. It's just like the beginning of a Skillet song. It's called Surviving the Game. And it goes, how does it go? It says, to be more than a conqueror, you have to learn to enjoy the pain if you want to survive the game. To be more than a conqueror, you have to learn to enjoy the pain. That's a Skillet song. And that's basically what he's saying. You gotta learn to enjoy the pain in life to be a conqueror. Pretty much. Your boy Tate always be speaking facts, man. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, man. Your boy FitXFearless. It says, he's 21, thinks girls are monsters, and has never approached one before.
An hour ago.
Which is wild. Let me turn this down a little bit.
Awesome. Do you acknowledge that this is live and I can use the clips however I choose?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
All right, man. How can I help you?
Yeah, so I'm just like looking for like some looks maxing advice and like advice to like talk to women and stuff. It's pretty much.
Okay. What's going on with women?
Nothing much, man. Like, so I'm like 21. I haven't had a girlfriend yet. You know, I haven't even approached the woman, to be honest, once. You know, like I'd be thinking like today's the day, like, you know, I'm gonna go do it, but then like
he said today's the day looking. I'm gonna go do it, and then he gets that thought in the back of his head. He's like, nah, never mind, I ain't gonna go do it.
and then I just don't, you know.
Okay, so part of the problem is your mannerisms are off. You seem very, very nervous. You can't even look in the camera. Take a deep breath. Women are not boogie monsters, buddy. They're not gonna eat you. Are you a virgin?
Yeah, but I'm Catholic, so I'm saving myself, so I don't really care about that.
Okay, but you still want to be able to talk to a girl that you want to marry, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so practice some eye contact. You're not even giving me eye contact. How you gonna look at the girl? How you gonna approach a girl you scared to talk to me? How about we practice that?
Yeah, you're right.
Slow down. Women are not boogie monsters. They're not gonna eat you. You just need to humanize them, bro. She's just a girl. What part of Texas are you in?
Dallas.
Okay. There are plenty of women in Dallas. Are you in college?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. What you go to what you go to UT?
No, I go to a community college. It's a Dallas college. There's like multiple like campuses.
Okay. Do you see girls around campus?
Oh yeah, a bunch. Yeah.
So why don't you just say, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up?
I'm not just like I'm like getting scared of like rejection, I guess. I mean, I've never been like rejected or anything like that because I've never tried, but I guess it's like the main reason why, you know, because like I see videos and people are like ew, you know, and stuff, and like I just get scared of that. To be honest.
Yeah, you motherfuckers are scared of everything. Scared of
That's crazy. He letting other people control what he do, man. That's wild.
the wind blowing.
They be scared of their own shadows.
The wind blow, y'all are scared. Scared, scared, scared. The hell you scared of? A girl telling you no? She That's
Yeah,
because
I,
that's because you don't think highly enough of yourself. You don't think highly enough of yourself because you're pedestalizing women to such a great degree that you think that an approach is an end all be all. If this girl doesn't like me, I'm gonna lose it. I don't give a fuck if she like me. I'm that dude. Where's your nuts? You go to the gym?
I started going this week actually. I go with my friend every day because he has a one to go pass, and I've been going for him like this entire week, and I'm actually about to go in an hour.
Okay. So the better you see your physique gets, you're gonna get more confident. You're gonna feel better about yourself. The gym is strong body, strong mind. You forge a good body, you're gonna forge a good mind. Once you see yourself evolve, you're gonna start to feel more confident. But you gotta also practice talking to women so you can feel more confident in that. Women are nervous. You know, y'all don't know how women they be so fucking nervous. I be with girls, they be like scared, like I be like, I tell the girls, take a deep breath. It's okay, baby. Don't worry, daddy gonna take care of you. She nervous as hell. She with a big dog. That's how you supposed to think. She already nervous. How the hell I'm gonna be nervous? I'm the man here. Aren't you?
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah.
You not sound like that. She gonna be like, man, this one. I guess, yeah. She ain't give you no ass, buddy. Ain't no girl gonna take you seriously sound like that. Women love confidence. That's the number one thing they're attracted to. Women would pay attention to you if you were arrogant. Listen to me. You should never be arrogant. But women will pay attention to you if you were more arrogant than shy.
Yeah.
That you guys should take that. Women will notice you if you were more arrogant than you were shy. They can't stand an unconfident man. Their vagina goes inside. Like you unconfident, just imagine her. She just goes like this.
Closes.
Like closes. Hell no.
I just said that. Every time, bro. Every time. I don't know what it is, but I got a knack for saying what the person on the video is gonna say right before they say it.
So, unconfidence displays that you're not desired. That's what you tell women. I'm not confident because I'm not desired. They will rather you be fucking arrogant, and they'll be like, why he arrogant? He must got something going on for himself, than for you to be shy. All right?
Yeah.
So, listen, you need to drop your nuts. I want you to start talking to girls once a week. Just talk, say hello. Try to, okay, this is your goal. For the next month, you're going to just say hello to women.
All right.
Hey, how's it going? And then from there, you can start saying, hey, my name is Rolando. She's a human being. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get to
What
work.
about like my face card? Like, is there like anything like I need to prove?
Face card. You motherfuckers always using beta ass, Gen Z ass terminology. It's probably why the girls don't pay attention. My face.
This dude said face card. What is a face card, bro? I have never heard of a face card. That must be like college terminology or something, bro. It must be some like community college terminology or something. I have never heard of a face card before. That is wild.
Face card. Nothing is wrong with your face, buddy. Nothing is wrong with your face.
All right. What do you think I should do with like the hair?
The hair is okay, but nothing is wrong with you. Maybe your physique doesn't look good, but nothing is wrong with you. You got some acne here and there that you can take care of.
Yeah.
So you got to stop touching your face.
Sorry.
It's gonna help you not break out. You see how clear my face is?
Yeah.
I don't touch it. So take care of your skin. Have a skincare routine. The hairstyle doesn't look bad. Get in the gym. Feel more. So it's gonna help you feel more confident. You got to start talking to girls like they're human beings. Okay?
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Listen, before you head out of here, and all you guys who are scared to talk to girls, I got a free ebook for you called Alpha Approach. Y'all don't have nuts. Let's start getting some nuts. Women are not, they're not fucking boogie monsters. In the chat is a free ebook on how to approach women with more confidence. Take the strategy, take the game plan, and do it more.
That's crazy, bro. 21 years old, in college, surrounded by females, and they never talk to none of them. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I bet you if he had a job and he had female coworkers, he'd be talking to them. He probably talk to them easily because they're not like females that he want to pursue, but because it's a female he's attracted to, I guarantee you he probably wouldn't be able to. It's goofy. I don't know why the male mindset works like that. When it comes to dudes who have never just casually approach a female and start talking to them. It's goofy. I don't know why. It's goofy. That's just how it is. With that being said, let's get into the last topic of tonight. Myron Gaines talks about not even talk about, but dude, pause, bro, dang. Donald Trump, President Trump. So let's get into it, man. Let's go back because this stupid video didn't want to pause.
All right, so let's go ahead and move forward to Israel-Hamas ceasefire.
Another setback today to President Trump's effort to unilaterally freeze billions of dollars in federal funding for loans, grants, and financial assistance for programs that millions of Americans rely on. A federal appeals court rejected the White House's emergency appeal to reinstate the spending freeze, but also asked the lower court to clarify its order blocking the freeze. Meanwhile, 8 nonprofits today sued the Trump administration, saying they're owed millions of dollars for work done under USAID programs prior to the freeze.
Among the controversies President Trump finds himself in, perhaps nothing more immediate than the Middle East. His push to have 2 million Palestinians kicked out of Gaza to build a resort in their brutalized strip of land has sparked an avalanche of uncertainty that includes a threat from Israel. If Hamas doesn't return hostages by Saturday, the ceasefire in the region will end. Here's Josh Oniger.
Israelis took to the public squares of...
What just happened?
And this is what sets apart the real niggas?
What just happened? What?
All right, so let's go ahead and move
I'm so confused. Hold on, y'all.
Hostages come home. Squares of Tel Aviv to pray. Watching.
Return hostages by Saturday.
There we go.
The ceasefire in the region will end. Here's Josh Oniger.
Israelis took to the public squares of Tel Aviv to pray. Watching. Hopes one day to see the remaining hostages come home, slipping slowly from their grasp.
If Hamas does not return our hostages by Saturday noon, the ceasefire will end, and the IDF will return to intense fighting until Hamas is completely defeated.
So as you guys know, right when Trump came in, they negotiated a ceasefire where they were going to do a 3-part hostage exchange, right? And we're going to keep watching this, and I'm going to show you guys the other perspective, because Hamas is saying that Israel violated the ceasefire. And then obviously Israel saying that Hamas violated the ceasefire. So both parties are blaming each other.
Benjamin Netanyahu meant the 9
Hold on, let me bring the volume up for you ninjas.
living hostages still to emerge in the current ceasefire deal, or all 73, living and dead, who've been in captivity since October 7th. President Trump has been much more clear.
If all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, let hell break out.
Israelis were outraged at the appearance of the most recent 3 hostages to be released. Their gaunt, emaciated bodies paraded before cameras by masked militants. And there's real concern about the state of all the others. Omri Moran has spent nearly 500 days in captivity.
We really need a swift action.
Well, here's the thing. As you guys know, Israel stopped all aid coming into Gaza a bunch of different times. They stopped the aid trucks. So the Palestinians can't even feed themselves. How are they going to feed hostages? Everyone.
Look at them soldiers, boy. Them soldiers look like they well fed. Them Hamas soldiers look like they real fed. So I don't want to hear none of that. And how you know it was Israel, not Hamas, posing it? You know, like how they did on January 6th with BLM posing as MAGA supporters. How you know it wasn't something like that? And this is what I'm saying, bro. You can't always just, Israel. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, it's not Israel, Israel, Israel. There's more than one side to this, you know.
It's starving in Gaza right now.
And I'm not like, you know, dissing Myron or anything, but it's like, come on, bro, y'all be real quick to talk down on Israel, bro. Give me a second, y'all. All right, we back. But yeah, no, man, it's things that you gotta look at from a bunch of different perspectives. You can't just Israel, Israel, Israel. Ooh, this, that, and the third. Like, come on, bro.
Everybody.
Let's be real.
And I think that's what the president wants as well, and we support him in that.
But Hamas has threatened to scuttle the deal after Trump's other rhetoric about the 2 million Palestinians who see Gaza as sacred land.
It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it.
Today, with the King of Jordan by his side, the president doubled down.
We got some idiot that comes in here. Myron, we just want you to be consistent. Stop running from the veganism debate.
What does it even have to do with the topic at hand?
Hey, Magnus Hughes, you fucking idiot. When have I ever been on air and talk shit about veganism? The fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Not even that, bro. What does that have to do with the topic at hand, bro? Just ignore that. Come on, dog. It ain't got nothing to do with what's going on right now.
What is this guy talking about, bro?
Down, suggesting forcibly moving Gazans to parcels of land in Jordan and in Egypt, even threatening to withhold aid to those countries if they don't cooperate.
Yep, you guys saw that yesterday. He kind of dry threatened the king of Jordan when they had their meeting.
The king announced he'd be putting out 2,000 Gazan children, far from the 2 million Palestinians Trump wants to displace.
I have to look at the best interests of my country. I think the president is very happy that we do this thing with 2,000 children as quickly as possible. And again, I believe that the president is looking forward to getting a group of us Arabs here to discuss the overall plan.
King Abdullah went on to post on social media his opposition to rebuilding Gaza without the Palestinians, while Hamas has written off Trump's proposal as ethnic cleansing, as a ceasefire deal appears to hang by a thread. Josh Einiger, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
All right. So let me read some chats, then we're going to go to the last one here. And guys, we got Fresh and Fit tonight at 8 p.m., by the way. 8 p.m. We got here, Grimely says, Hamas infiltrating Israel's like the Bloods and Crips performing terror attacks on the U.S. Hawkins says, why does the U.S. simp so hard for Israel? When did it all start? Like, seriously, what do they have on us? Okay, I covered this in detail. Again, guys, I did a very good monologue on how the United States became occupied after World War II. Okay, and I'll go ahead and show you guys the video. You go rumble.com, boom. Then you're going to go Myron Gaines, and then type in Gaza. What the hell? Okay, hold on. Let me find it for you ninjas.
It ain't there.
There is the link that you guys can watch. At 2:27, 2 hours and 27 minutes in, I go into detail about how we came to be. From post-World War II all the way up until Trump's press conference with Netanyahu, where they said they were going to take over Gaza. I go over how our government became infiltrated by a foreign nation's interests. Very good monologue. Go check it out. It's one of my most best ones. 2 hours and 27 minutes. All right, chat. Go into this right here. And let me make sure I read the rest of the chats before we close this thing out. But yeah, that's why they simp so hard for Israel, bro. Can you give your take on Professor Avi Shaim? He destroyed them boys' narrative. Don't know who he is. Top Shay, if someone can act that out, so people can visually see that analogy, Myron, like how Ryan Dawson dies, but better. What? I'm confused, bro. L asks, take LMAO. If someone comes and slashes my tires and I go and kill that person who had nothing to do with it, yes, Brandon, killing innocent kids. Yeah, I know, bro. He's advocating for killing innocent kids. Frickin' Tatum poses as a Christian with tats. Everything he does contradicts the Bible. Nigga literally bought and paid for but I don't agree with everything he says. And him and I on Instagram exchange comments with the Jays. I share multiple points and connections. People like him, I don't trust. I don't. If you don't criticize the boys, yeah. I mean, bro, real talk, man. Like, I hate to say this, but if they're not willing to talk about them boys, you already know that they're compromised. Yo, Myron, when does the next call-in show? I have a question about a business I'm trying to start. We cooked on X Space last time. Thanks for the content. Be careful exposing the truth, man.
You know, it's tough when you hear people speak like that, because you understand there's good people and bad people in every bucket of apples. Every bucket of apples has rotten ones as well as the good ones. But nowadays, everybody always focuses on the rotten apples instead of the good apples. And when they see some, like, even one rotten apple in that bucket, they'll throw the whole bucket away. And it's a shame. It is indeed a shame. And it's tough. But you know what? That's what the world has come to. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, members, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else y'all know. I'm going to get this outro pulled up on out of here, and I'm going to dip. Deuces.
Hey, with the fun tour, going out here and all this shit, all over fucking USA, and I'm done with all this shit. I'm cool off all this fucking talking shit. I got a whole team to represent. I don't want to do none of this. I never did want to do any of it. Fuck this nigga and fuck his team, bro. I'm out. I gotta go. Square up with yourself, motherfucker.